When you hear this sound, that means that the pick has been made. There are 41 picks. Seattle has 3 of them. Welcome to the RBA draft. Don't miss the 2018 RBA draft. We are about to start. Hello, Mark. How are you doing today? I am Mark Jackson. This is my buddy Harley and Stephen Roy. How you doing, baby? And I'm believing that the first pick from Nevada is going to be our one and only prospect and great beast player. The guy that everybody's been wanting and everybody's been saying, Manuel Portes. The first Mexican player in the RBA. The real Mexican who came from Mexico. Played in high school with this team, wrestlers. And played with St. Paul in college. Made it all the way to the Final Four there and then lost to UCLA, who won the championship after. So this is going to be pretty interesting to see who makes it. Well, it's either LeAngelo Brown or this guy right here, Manuel Portes. These two guys have devoted themselves into RBA basketball, and these guys are going to play the best basketball that they can play. Do-do. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Do. I got the third feeling inside my heart. RBA playoffs. RBA finale. Everything's RBA. Everything's the league. Everything's the one, the only, the greatest, the best. It's time. Championship, man. That's where we do it. In the city's house. This is our house. This is our city. This is the time when we gonna rise up. RBA. 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 It's time for the city. Time for the greatness. Time for the one. The only eternal lateness. It's time. 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 We are the show. We are the greatness. We are the RBA. Well, everybody's waiting. While we're waiting, let's talk to Manuel Portes. Manuel, you are about to become the first pick in this RBA draft, or what they see and projecting to be the first pick. How are you looking at this? Oh man, I'm looking at it perfectly fine. I want to be a Mexican man who makes dreams come true for many people in the world and Mexico overall. I want to be the first player to ever do it. So yeah, we're gonna take a little break. Let's go to commercial break. Durudun, durudun. Well, it's time to announce in 35 seconds, and Nevada has made the announcement. Kevin Welsh, the worst on the clock. Woo, woo. But we gotta put the clock here too. Yeah, alright, but we'll do that. Wait, pause the clock. Timer. Wait, let's edit this. Stop it. Alright, start. Well, the decision has been made. Let's look what Coach Owen Christ from Minnesota is about to say. Welcome to the RBA draft. I'm so proud of you all for coming out here and seeing us. Today we are here to celebrate 41 RBA players that will be joining the RBA and becoming a part of the league. They've all dreamed of this, and now they have succeeded something very big, making a college league. And now the last pack of them will be coming to us. Many of them are seniors like Joe Gazer, and many that have went back like Danny and many others. And Henry. I'm so proud of those three. And Perry. Please, guys, come here. Let me show you what it's like to be back in the RCAA so many times to prove to your people that you guys are the guys. And you guys finally did. Perry finally showed up. Danny was a team leader. Joe was still a bench player. Did better other seasons in the RCAA. But will finally be drafted now. And hoping to be a good bench player in the RBA. And Henry, a guy that deals with injuries, that is a true beast and will never be able to play with the players that he played with, but has remembered his experience through the rest of his life. And now, for the first pick in the RBA, Portes. Woo! Well, there you go, baby. Manuel Portes is the first round pick. Our next pick in the draft, baby. Gonna be lit the rest of the way. Oh boy. I'm excited already. Well, now it's time for Washington to give out their pick. And they're suggesting that it will be Scott Lee. Well, look at Manuel Portes before we go to the next pick. A great three-point shooter, and Nevada exactly needed this guy. A leader, a player that will play for the greatness of the team. And they are making a rule now that Owen Christ will not be giving out the speeches for the picks. But Washington commissioners will. So you will get to hear Carnival. And that means Owen Christ will be able to talk for one and Kevin Garnett for one. So they're there together. So Kevin Welsh don't want to do it. But Manuel Portes is greeted to Kevin Welsh. And what a great play right there. I'm so excited to see who on your team overall. Well, we're going to look at yellow players, and they're going to cut out Manuel Portes because he has just been drafted. Well, it's almost time. We got 20 seconds left until Washington's coach makes their decision. John Karsten will have his decision. Open, it's in right now. Wait, you gotta read. Yeah. Alright. We are almost there. 2, 1. There you go. Woo! Thank you. As a part of being a new organization team, we are allowed to select 2 players before anyone else. That way that we have more picks than the other teams overall. But this is the first time ever happening. That it is crazy that it's happening. That means that we get to pick 2 players that get to play because we are a new squad. Nevada is not a new squad, but Denver is. They also will get to pick 2 players because of their new squad. So congrats to them. And the Washington Presidents' first pick, Scott Lee. Woo! Thank you. It's a blessing to be on this team because I want to work with other players and put them on this team, and we can work together and really carry the rest of the way. And our second pick, they were always meant to be together. Brandon Lopez. Woo! And if you see Aaron Simmons' face, he knew that he wanted to be on that pick list. And there it goes. Scott Lee and Brandon Lopez, both on Washington now. Well, that ruins a lot of things. Now Aaron Simmons is the best red player as we go to Chicago. And they could get Aaron right there. But you know Chicago wasn't going to get Brandon because they already had Mac Jack. So now they're screwed. Yeah, this team is totally screwed now. Because if they don't get Aaron, they can't make their big 3 and go against Philadelphia. Because those 2 teams are wanting to make the greatest out of these events. Yeah, but most of the young players will be on Washington. So, don't you worry a little bit, Mark. These players are beasts. And Denver already knows who they're going to pick. And 1 minute and 28 seconds left. We already know, everybody knows that LeAngelo Brown is the projection right now. But we need to see if it is a reality. Scott Lee. And Brandon Lopez gone. So that leaves Chicago with a chance of getting Caden Garnett or Jack Morin. If they get Jack Morin, it's a very beautiful thing that they're doing right there. They're making him a 4 seed, 4th pick. Because they don't really need Caden. Chicago has Mac Jack. But putting Jack Morin there and making Joshua Kramer a backup player, or even Jack a backup player, which he does not want to be. He wants to be on Miami and be the 2nd round overall pick in Miami. So they might not pick him at all. They might say, hey, let's pick someone else. Let's pick someone that we can use overall. And it's time for Christopher Holden to make a lifetime guarantee decision for his roster. And there's Alvin Price too, is about to announce it. So Christopher Holden has given them in the paper. He is allowed to go back to the stands and talk to the other guys. For the 3rd pick in the RBA draft, the Denver They have not, Denver, they have not created a backup name yet, but it's projected to be Denver Mountains. No, the Denver Gold Fighters. The Denver Gold Fighters have selected LeAngelo Brown. Woo! And there you go, LeAngelo Brown getting picked. And I told you LeAngelo's gonna be picked. You cannot stop it. This is the class that's gonna change the universe. I'm telling you. Well, LeAngelo Brown will be entering the top 5 players in this draft. You need to get pictures along with them and separately. Alright, and the 5th pick will be announced very soon. And Chicago will be giving their pick. Mac Jack is telling Owen Christ their pick. Well, you need to think a little for Mac Jack. Who do you need on your team? You can either get a black player. They don't really want a black player. Let's see them. They need red players, right? So, I say pick up Brandex Lopez. He's a great power forward, good backup power forward for when Mac Jack needs to rest from playing a little bit. You know, he's going to play a lot. He's a key player for this team. And especially Dallas, they need a new shooting guard. So, they need a new point guard. Sebastian Curry decided to come to Chicago. So what if Chicago just trades this pick and gives it to Dallas, and then Dallas can pick up Emily Ross? Yeah, Emily Ross, she is a backup. Gemma Ross wants to go to New York, and it could not happen, maybe. It doesn't matter. But these guys have all already talked to each other. They already know what team they want to be with. So it's pretty ordered up in the pair that they want to be with. And the 5th pick will accordingly be... Well, we're out of time. Owen Christ needs that pick. So they're going to go ahead and pick one of the worst players in the draft. But he's going to go at number 5. Yeah, I just heard it too. I know he's a bad player for number 5, but let's see who it is. And already 2 Michigan players have been picked. Will it be the 3rd? This reminds me of the NBA draft, 2015. Thank you, Mac Jack. For the 5th pick in the RBA draft, the Chicago Blackhawks have selected Brandex Lopez from the University of Michigan State. He last played for Michigan State a couple hours ago. And man, they're saying it so coolly. And Brandex Lopez will join the 3 Michigan players that were already picked. I guess he made it to the top 3 as well. So, remember, Manuel Portes all made it. And look at these three guys that made it to the top 5 already. Woo! Man, much more to come. But let's continue. Alright, gotta set that timer up. Man, this may take all night, but we're gonna do it. Yeah, numbers. The next pick is the 4th pick, actually. So that is not the top 5. But it's San Antonio. So Greg Mordovich is up next. And he's looking and thinking, what if he trades? Well, he can make a dynamic duo there. Because they lost Derek Ray Jr. They're going to need Jack Moore. And apparently, Miami does not have a shooting guard, but they can just take Steve Nash for now. But, of course, Lonzo and Nova will be on that team. So, they can steal Aaron Evans maybe, but I think Nova will be a first rounder. Yeah, they don't want to lose anything. They're going to pick, I bet they're going to pick Jack Moore. You know why? They can not lose anything there. They don't lose anything. That means that they can get a perfect rounder here. That means that Jack Moore is joining a team that has a duo already. A Western team as well. He gets to play against his brother a lot. Schedule now, RBA official schedules will be announced very soon too. As we reach the final 30 seconds, I think Greg Mordovich has made his decision. Alright. They still need to do the chimes though. Thank you, Greg Mordovich. You are excused to go to the next round. For the 5th pick in the RBA draft, the San Antonio Stars select Jack Moran. Woo! And I told you, this is now a super team when you look at them. Jack Moran is now on San Antonio. And the next pick is going to be Philadelphia. Yeah, get DeAndre Jackson. Because you know who's going to get him if you don't? Seattle. Yep. They want him badly now. So, Jack Moran. Who is that? I don't know. Now that Jack Moran is in the top 5 players, let's talk to him. Jack, you were on St. Paul University, and Owen Christ has loved you for many years. Now you get to play against them very closely to the RBA beginning of the season. How will you affect yourself playing with Robin and Randy? We're going to have a great team now. Sam, Decker, me, Robin, Joel. I'm really looking forward to this season, and I'm looking forward to getting Rookie of the Year. So, it's going to be some great hype. Probably the best shooting guard in the league right now is me. That's entering this draft. I don't know about it though, because Aaron Evans and what he's done to the table, gonna give to the table. But I know that in my heart, I'm still one of the best players in this draft, and I'm gonna make it fast into this league. Thank you, Jack. Well, there you go. Jack Moran enters the top 6. He is the second Minnesotan player, St. Paul. So they're having a race now, St. Paul and Michigan. And they never got to play each other, though. All right, Philadelphia's pick is in. And accordingly, Jack Freeze will be having a new big man after so many years. Thank you, Jax. The 6th pick for the 6th pick in the RBA draft, the Philadelphia Dragons select DeAndre Jackson. Woo! And this guy was a beast, playing with Owen Christ as well. So, I mean, this guy is a monster. When you think about him, he is going to bring a lot to the table. Got injured early though. He was playing with ninjas. Did not take himself that far. Played with Seattle World College. Did not take them so far. How far can he take in the RBA now? Playing alongside Jax Breeze, the beast of the century, the man. Jackson, this guy is so tall. He's the tallest guy in the draft. For sure, by far, one of the greatest in the draft. We'll never play with Marvin Young again, though. We played last night with him, though. But, I really think that this is a steal for Philly. And their first out of 3 picks. If they do manage to get 3 picks. Well, yeah, if DeAndre Jackson becomes a bust, they can trade him. And you know there's not that many players to trade in this league because many players are loyal. They do not want to leave their teammates, their players that they've grown with. But Sebastian Curry leaving Dallas was one of his biggest changes ever. And he wanted to go to Chicago to make a difference there. And he knew that Jack Moore was going to come along the ship. Now all they need is a good small forward. You know, they can trade Tom Diminos to LAS for a pick. Yeah. Alright. Well, the next pick is already in. Thank you, Carl. For the 7th pick in the RBA draft, the Dallas Sonics have selected Russell Murray. Woo! From St. Paul University. Once again. Woo! Once again, baby. Once again. These two are having a fight. Manuel Portes now, Russell Murray, and Jack Moore. Michigan State has Brandon Lopez, and Scott Lee. So now, this is crazy, but these guys are both tied at picks by players that are from colleges. So whoever's going to win this, it matters about who gets the most draft picks. And I think at the end, Seattle will destroy everybody. But they're just trailing for now. But look at this. I did not expect this at all. Russell Murray will be joining Dallas. I think that this team can give him an option of leaving, trade him back for Derek Valerie, maybe trade him to another team. San Diego could like him. They could trade for Balewana. You don't know. But they needed a guard, and they took this guy. So how are they going to fix up that lineup? Well, if they get Christopher Holden Jr. from free agency, it fixes everything up now. And now you get to exotically relax a little. And I'm going to destroy many teams in the draft. Well, yes, Russell Murray. That many crazy picks that are horrible players, terrible players. This guy was a bench player. Alright, and already the next pick is in. We have to go quickly now. For the 8th pick in the RBA draft, the New York Yellow Jacks select Gemma Ross. Woo! That's a perfect pick for them. Now they get Gemma Ross. Oh, and Syracuse is now with 2 guys. So the clock is on and ticking for Philadelphia. For San Diego now. I don't know. I think there's going to be a trade here. Or they're going to decline the trade offer and move on and get Henry Love for their team. They don't need him. They have Ivan Manning. Yeah, Henry lost a lot of love when he did not make the RBA's first year. People had many doubts. So I don't know about now. But they can hope. Oh yeah, the 2 minutes timer needs to be on. Coach Owen Christ, New York. We're already at the 9th pick only. We're about to finish our 10th pick. The last two. And I do not see David Lee talking to him. So it looks like they have already made their decision of keeping the pick. If you are a Philadelphia fan, this is crazy for you. Because you really badly want Henry Love. And if they do not want to give you Henry Love and want to trade that option, then that's bad for your organization and your squad overall. Well, this is going to be a great thing. It's going to happen now. Manuel Portes going to Nevada. Scott Lee and Brandon Lopez share their picks going to Washington. Denver gets LeAngelo Brown, as they do not want a second rounder. They'll get 2 players in the next round. Chicago take Brandex Lopez instead of Jack Morin. Was this a good trade? Good deal? No, not at all. Then San Antonio gets him the next offer. If Chicago got him, he would have been a beast. DeAndre Jackson goes to Philly. And Russell Murray goes to Dallas. New York takes Gemma Ross. And Owen Christ will be making his decision. Oh, and you see it. Jax Breeze and David Lee have agreed to a trade. Woo! Thank you. And I know this is very obvious. Many people are talking about it. I'm sure of it. There's been a trade from Philadelphia. Vrak Lunsky and Brandon Beasley will be sent to Philadelphia, to San Diego, for this pick and Klay Thompson. Well, they just gave up one of their last players that's been with them the longest. Abeowana was not with them. So they're going into full rebuild. They were good a couple years ago, but now San Diego has made their pick. And the pick has been turned over to Jax Breeze, who will be telling me it now. Thank you. The Philadelphia Dragons select Henry Love. Woo! Look at that. Henry Love is a selection. One more pick, and then that is the end of the top 10. The regionals. Wow. And we've only gone through 10 teams right now. 10 players have been drafted after this one. So, get ready for Ryland's decision. And San Diego still has another pick. They're looking after Jalen Fultz right now. Not worrying about them picking him. But, Philadelphia has a great chance at getting Aaron Evans now. And Jalen Fultz going to San Diego. So, now San Diego will be receiving players very soon when the season starts. Jax Breeze. And I cannot believe that they already made that trade. That is beautiful. They were talking about it for so long. Now it's going to go to option time. We're going to go to action time with it. We're going to take action. And Scotland, they want to get a picture with the top 10 players. So those guys are getting ready for that right now. The top 10 guys that made it to the top 10. And I think that Miami is going after Steve Nova, after Sam Decker and Steve Nova, after Jack Morin will no longer be playing with them. He played with them for a little bit in preseason, and the pick has been made for the 10th pick. For the 10th pick and the last pick of the top 10, the Miami White Lights select Sam Decker from the University of Miami White Light. Miami Lightning. Woo. And what a great trade right there. That is beautiful. Beauty at its best. Pano. Move out of the way. Move out of the way. And there you go. Top 10 guys. Top 10 picks. And they have taken a picture of them. We will move on to the next pick in line, which is going to be Gavin in 45 seconds. Well, they're going to change that to 1 minute timers now. And put in the chimes. Thank you. For the 11th pick, the Oklahoma City Comets select Sarah Lopez. Woo! And there you go. Sarah Lopez is in the building right now, and she is happy to be drafted at number 11 and go to Oklahoma City. And she'll handshake her new coach, and then either hug or handshake Owen Christ. And she decides to do both. What a great decision by Oklahoma City. Not very expected by them. But now it's Riley Griffin's turn to pick a new guy that will join this team's bench. And I know that he has his eyes on Colin Bridges. You know why? Great backup shooting guard, man. That's a great player right there. But Colin to be over Luka, really? Yeah, I think. Thank you, Riley. For the 12th pick in the RBA draft, the Orlando Green Sox select Colin Bridges from the University of Florida State. Woo! No, this guy was a bench player. I don't know how he's the first guy from Florida State to get picked. But he is. And Noel Portes hugs him. High fives him. Maybe because he wanted it or something. But wow. And look at this. 2 UCLA players. 2 Miami players. 2 Syracuse. 3 Michigan. And 3 St. Paul. So one more St. Paul, and they're the first team to be completed. Minnesota is the last one. And remember, the Reds will keep going, but remember, this is weird. Now Minnesota's going to have to give up their next round pick, it looks like. Apparently. For a trade or for money. Ooh, I know what they can trade for. They can trade for Jack Morin right there. They can trade their pick for Jack Morin. Or whoever. Yeah, from Jack Morin. That's all they can do. Or they can trade for money. Well, isn't it about time? Oh, okay. Put the chimes in. Thank you. For the 13th pick, the Seattle Tornadoes select Marvin Young. Woo! Look at Marvin Young. He's a beautiful player. A beautiful player. Marvin Young, one of the greatest prospects in the draft, carried his Seattle team all the way to one win in their college debut. Won a high school second place game. Did not do so good in college. Let's see how good he does as a bench player for Seattle. And he hugs DeAndre Jackson as they will officially not be playing together anymore. Marvin Young's emotions is very upsetting for him. But he knows that Kevin Love and Russell Westbrook had to go through this stuff. And Henry Love and Aaron Evans will not be going through this stuff. Probably. And he's like, lucky. Gemma White will had to go through it a long time ago when Aaron Simmons, they had to graduate. So it was very deeply depressing when you have to give up the kind of thing. Alright, thank you, Troy. You are a great friend. Boston has selected Braden Lopez. Woo! Oh, I don't know why they gave him the 15th pick. Does he even deserve it, man? This guy sucks. He sucks. Braden Lopez, a guy that, not to say, is decent. Braden Lopez, what a great play. What a horrible pick. Could have picked Darren Scott Jr., could have picked Aaron Evans. That's what they needed. They needed a new point guard so they can put Robert back at power forward. But of course, they knew that Robert was staying. So, that's what they got to do. And there you go. LAS is on the clock for 30 seconds. Well, you know that he's a beast. Well, now Michael Sly can make his pick. And accordingly, Luca Ayton is projected to come to LAS. I do not know why Orlando said, "Hey, let's just not pick him. Let's not pick him up. Let's just be bastards." All right. Thank you, Michael. Although we have our rivalries, thank you. LAS selects Luca Ayton for the 15th pick in the RBA draft. Congratulations, Luca. You have been drafted. And I'm so proud of you. Woo! And wow, look at that. He is a beautiful player. Luca Ayton. Haha, that's beautiful, boy. Man, Luka Aiton is a 15th pick. Goes down to the 15th pick mark. I don't know how he does, but the best player right now that's remaining is still Aaron Evans and Aaron Simmons. They're both very good prospects. Caden Garnett is also in there, but barely any starters remain. Carter Val Jr. is also in the tops for next picks. Start the pick for Cleveland. It's time to pick your next greatness, Jalen Fultz. For sure they will go after Jalen. Hatston Winslow. Branston Winslow. What does he bring to the table? Well, he brings three-point shooting, but it's not that good of a three-point shooter. Jalen Fultz, he's a beast three-point shooter. What can Philly do if they lose him now? Well, they can get Aaron Evans. No, they'll lose him too. Philadelphia just tricked them out of the decision. Well, then, if they don't get him, then too bad. I think they're gonna go after Branston Winslow, and then Hatston Winslow will go to Toronto. We'll see. Thank you, Robert. The Cleveland Bluebirds have selected Branston Winslow. What? Bro, no way, man. This is a joke. Branston Winslow, a guy that, he's played like a beast before. A good bench player. Show the rotation. Branston Winslow, he's a great player. Had to play shooting guard, though. He'll play power forward with Cleveland. Does it really help your team? Dexter Nixon is retired after so many years and after 2 titles. So, I think it will probably help them due to rookie confusions. But, he can be the guy when Damon Smith decides it's time for me to hang up my finishing touches to my basketball career. Oh, sorry about that. Just put the chimes in. Alright, it's time for LAW's pick. Thank you, Darren. The Los Angeles Wizards have selected... Wait, so they selected... Darren Scott Jr. Woo! And look at that. Darren Scott Jr. is a great player. Put on the timer for Toronto. And then we are in for Toronto. Woo! And Darren Scott Jr. is in his way to going to LAW. But they needed a new power forward. Remember, Rockto's getting old. Now this causes them to have them be able to play Rockto at small forward too. Because now Darren can play those extra minutes in the third quarter. He can play also power forward. Mostly, he can also play. He'll always be playing power forward. But Rockto now in the third quarter will be playing small forward, and we'll probably be resting a lot more quarters now that Darren is on the team. Well, we're on to Toronto. Thank you. The Toronto Trailblazers have selected Hatston Winslow. Woo! And I mean it. Right now, you are crazy. Hatston Winslow is a beast. And that will mean that San Diego's finally going to get a pick that will probably be... They want Calvin Johnson. They can get Calvin Johnson. Well, who will Baltimore get? Will they get Levi or will they get Carter Jr.? Oh boy, that's a... No, they don't want to ruin Carter's career. Yeah, but Haston Winslow, a big man from UCLA. Man, this guy is a UCLA baller! Woo! Man. And you know, Caden, we're still waiting on Caden Garnett. But look at this, man. He is a beast. Woo! Haston Winslow. Haston Winslow. Haston Winslow. Haston Winslow. Well, guys, continue it off, baby. Continue it off. And there you go. Pick number 819. For the 19th pick, the Baltimore Supersonics select Levi Watson. Thank you, Connor. Levi Watson from the University of Syracuse. Well, there you go. He's going to be the third guy selected. And guess who's on the clock? The last team, Minnesota, the last team of the picks. It took 1 hour to do one round. Let's see how long it takes to do the next round. Woo! But it won't take that long, because we gotta sleep soon. But Levi Watson is a beast. I'm telling you, a beast. Levi Watson has turned himself around. He wants to be a great player, and he's gonna be that in Baltimore. Well, Baltimore sticks with their player, even though they know that Carter Jr. was the better guy to get. Yeah, now San Diego can just get him and get rid of Ivan Manning and trade him to Denver. Well, Ivan has a couple years of experience. Don't doubt in Ivan right away and put Carter Jr. in the experience. But we know now that he will not be going to Baltimore and joining Carter Jr. Alright. Since Minnesota is my team, me and Kevin have talked. We have decided that it's only right for his son, Caden Garnett, to be the 20th pick in the RBA draft and the end of the first round. Thank you, Caden. I will be continuing the rest of the draft. Caden, congrats. Kevin, thank you. Woo! Alright, they're not even going to take a break. We're going to keep going. Nevada is on the clock for their second pick. The problem is, who will they pick? Yeah. I really think that they'll pick Carter Jr. and then Dallas, and then Denver will pick up Calvin Johnson. Because they can't get both. Now they can get Carter Jr. on this team and really play with emphasis in their game. Yeah, they're going to get him. And the Denver Gold, I don't know what it is, Denver will be probably getting him. So, Nevada's on the clock. Thank you. Nevada, for the 21st pick, has selected Carter Jr. Congrats. Woo! And look at that, Carter Jr. And that is a beautiful pick. And what a player he is. Washington on the clock now. Looking after Aaron Simmons. Carter Val Jr. though, he is a beast, a mechanism, a 3-point shooter, a monster. He wasn't even a starter, and now he is. He wasn't even a good player, and now he is. This guy has turned his career around. He's turned everything around. This guy has made himself better. Overall, out of all, everywhere. On the court, Carter Val Jr. is a definite great first pick for the second round. And we'll be joining Manuel Portis. And that? No, not yet for Syracuse. St. Paul was the first team to finish. And the first team to start. And look at Manuel Portis and Carter Val Jr. hugging me for that next. For the 22nd pick in the RBA draft, the Washington Presidents select Aaron Simmons. Woo! And look at that. Now Denver's on the clock. But Aaron Simmons, wow. Washington has done it. Scott Lee, Brandon Lopez, and now Aaron Simmons. This guy is going to be great for this team. He's going to lead them to a title this year. And they have managed to get 3 players, and they'll pick up 4 maybe. But Mia Ross is not expected to come to Washington. Yeah, and I think Boston wants to trade with them. Yeah. What can they trade with them? They can trade playoff protection, which means that they get Scott Lee when Washington loses in the playoffs or doesn't make the playoffs. Yeah. So that means that playoff protection for Boston. For the 23rd pick, Denver has selected Calvin Johnson from the University of Syracuse. And look at that, Chicago is on the clock now. So now they can select the player that they want for the next round. In Chicago, they don't have any more options, so yeah, just trade. What are they projected to do? Oh, they was projected to get Braden. Projected to get Aaron Simmons and then get Brandon Lopez. They did manage to get one of them, but not both. Who are they going to pick? Katie Garnett. Thank you. Chicago has selected for the 24th pick, Katie Garnett from the University of UCLA and college basketball champions. Oh, wow. Katie Garnett going to Chicago now. San Antonio is on the clock now. And they were projected to get Braden Lopez. Did not happen. So, say good luck there. Let's move on. Because that is not happening. Katie Garnett is a great 3-point shooter. She'll be a great power forward, and Brandix will be a great center. Now they have a great enough amount of options for this team. They can put Acadian, they can color. We don't know what they're gonna do, because now they have 8 guys, and I think the amount you need is 6. Yeah, they're making it only 1 back. So hopefully they don't get cut to free agency. But that's what the case will be with many of these guys. Well, San Antonio has made their pick very clear. They are going to trade it. But for who? The pick has been traded. The San Antonio Stars have selected David White. Woo! What the hell with that? Philadelphia has a very big pick up next. But David White, my goodness, man. Philly is up in it. San Antonio is making picks. 2 great new guys, Jack Morin and now David White. No one expected for him to come to San Antonio, but he's doing it now. He's coming there, and he's not going to leave. He's going to be a great 3-point backup shooter, backup big man, backup player. Great buy. Great player, great pick, great decision. Good job by Greg Motovich by making this great team. And now, Philadelphia can get their player. Their last chance to making their big 3. Thank you. Philadelphia selected University. Congratulations, Aaron. You are now in the RBA with Philadelphia. Wow. And you know what this is going to prove now? These guys have all been creating a super team all along. This is a great unique roster now. Now you can play Jax Breeze at the small forward spot. Klay Thompson is the point guard. And then these 3. DeAndre Jackson, center. Henry Love, power forward. And Aaron Evans, shooting guard. This is a super team at its best. And they are about to become the greats. To crazify the crowds. In everywhere. Along the world. Dallas is on the clock, and they are about to make their decision. Thank you, Carl Walter. Dallas's pick is Joe Gazer for the 27th pick in the RBA draft. Congratulations, Joe. You are now a Dallas Sonics official player. Woo! And there you go. And now we've got New York on the clock. Now who did they pick? Emily Ross for sure. Calvin Johnson is gone. The last player you can even pick is Emily Ross. And Joe Gazer has not proved to play great with any other team. He played with Orlando for a couple years, LAS, and New York. Did not achieve anything. Now he'll be back up there as well, so not that much support for Joe. Will he win in this draft and succeed? No. Sorry, Joe. But you're not the best offer that can be picked. Thank you Adrian. The New York Yellow Jacks have selected Emily Ross from the University of Syracuse, and the last Syracuse player tonight. Congrats. And you already know that San Diego's on the clock, and they're going to pick Jalen Fultz. Who else is there? And I don't know about Nova. But he's coming. Don't worry, he's coming. He's coming. And he's going to be next. Miami can at least pick another great player. They already picked Sam Decker, so a great player that won't get injured. But think about it. Emily Ross. She's going to New York. Her sister is still not getting drafted. And she's probably worried for her. But she's hoping that she goes to her city. Emily's going to this city now. Gotta hope for yourself and not get cut. And play great basketball to not get cut. Yeah, well, San Diego is on the clock. Thank you. The San Diego Tigers have selected Jalen Fultz. Well, Miami's now on the clock. And look at Jalen Fultz right now. He is a beast. And Jalen Fultz. What the hell with this? This guy is a monster, a player. We already know that Steve Nova will probably be next. But Jalen Fultz, man, congratulations, Jalen. You are a monster. And you know it. Wow. Congrats to Jalen Fultz, who will be joining the San Diego Tigers. Well, Miami's still on the clock here, so let's go to Steve Nova. They could have picked Steve Nova, honestly, but they didn't. All right. Miami has made their decision. Thank you, Ryland Freeman. The Miami White Light have selected Steve Nova from the University of Miami. The Miami White Light have selected him. Congratulations to him. Well, now OKC's on the clock, baby. This is what it's all about. Who is OKC gonna get? Well, now they have an option of getting Alpha Wagner. You know what? He's a great bench player. That's exactly what they need on their team. Gemma Ross and Ryan Kerringer. Alpha being helped with Sarah alongside Alpha getting actually picked in this draft. Is that actually going to happen? Or are we going crazy? Let's see what happens as we go along to the next pick. Steve Nova getting picked today. Thank you. Well, Oklahoma City has decided on picking Alpha Wagner for the 31st pick in the RBA draft. Congratulations. Woo! Well, Alpha Wagner is a beast, and Orlando being on the clock now, you already know who they're going to pick. Oliver Ross, right? And that leaves Danny Eskins Jr. at a no pick. Danny said he did not want to be in the draft anyways. So looking at Alpha Wagner, what he can do. He was an 11th man for the RCBA team. Alpha, good job, good luck the rest of the way, and welcome to Oklahoma City. you will love it here, is what the Twitter accounts are posting and the Instagram ones as well. Same posts. Well, we have 9 more picks and we have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7 more players. So, I don't know what they're going to do because Brandon Lopez now for getting picked. So, and they're already going to make their decision. Thank you. For the 32nd pick in the RBA draft, the Orlando Green Sox have selected Oliver Ross from the University of Florida State. And now, oh boy, Seattle's on the clock. Well, looking at Oliver Ross, before we go to Seattle, which we obviously know it will be the one and only, the greatest, we know it will be the one and only great San Diego Knight. Alright, Seattle on the pick now. There will pick San Diego Knight. Thank you. The Seattle Tornadoes select San Diego Knight. He is the brother of San Antonio Knight. If you do not know who San Antonio Knight is, then I don't even know if you know what basketball is. The San Diego Knight guy is going to be a center, power forward, whatever you want to call it. But Seattle really couldn't get their guys tonight. They got Marvin and San Diego as projected. But they really couldn't get their picks. And they're going to have to give money to there's that. Or they're going to get good picks. So $5 million will be given to the teams that do not get picks for the second round. Yeah, only $5 million. If it was first round, they didn't get a pick, then it would be $10 million. Well, San Diego traded off their pick, so that's not any problem with any team. Boston, LAS, going to probably pick Danny Eskins Jr. and then cut him. Cleveland will probably buy out. LAW will buy out, Baltimore will buy out, and Miami will buy out, and Minnesota will buy out with Miami. So those 3 teams are going to buy out with Miami, and these 2 will get their players, and then that leaves Cleveland getting no second rounder, so they'll just buy him. Yeah, they'll buy $10 million. You don't have to do this. Alright, so Thank you. For the 34th pick, the Boston Red Fury select Mia Ross. They're probably going to cut her too. Well, Mia Ross, a player that I guess has played at the talented level, but made it to the league, and now we'll celebrate. Well, thank you. The Los Angeles Superior will select Danny Eskins Jr. for the 35th pick in the RBA draft. Cleveland has decided to buy $5 million from Miami and not receive a pick. This will counteroffer them into many millions of money, such as teammates and team regulars. Now, this means Miami will lose $5 million, but only lose $3 more million after. So they'll lose $8 million. $17 minus 8, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 13. So they're still under the budget. Miami will select Perry Jones. Well, they can get their money back when they let go of these guys. They get $1 million for each player they let go. Well, they're gonna make everything back. The Los Angeles Wizards will buy $5 million to team, and Toronto will get $5 million to their team too. Put like 1 minute, 2 minutes for the next pick. So LAW now and Toronto each receive $5 more million. So now $25 million received, and now $15 million left. That is plenty of money to work with. Then Toronto Trailblazers, they will receive $21 million. And now they have 4. Alright, so that makes 37 and 38 go by. So, but like 9 seconds, and Miami will pick their next player. Layla Wagner. Miami has selected Amber Wagner. And for the 40th pick, for the 37 and 38, Toronto and LAW will just buy $5 million. And then Baltimore and Minnesota will get $1 million for each pick. And then Amber and they goodbye when it ends. But they will receive $25 more million. They'll get to use $7.2 more million. I don't know where the .2 comes from. But Baltimore will get $21 million. Good night, Ralph, old RBA Sports. We hope you have a great day and the rest of a great night. $4 million. So that's it for the RBA draft. Thank you all for coming to the RBA draft. We are glad for all our helpers. The assistant coaches, the GMs, the coaches, all the guys that were in the draft, they come in here. rest for the night. And then we will switch back later on. Thank you, and good night. The RBA Basketball Association. Good night. Rage.